Our next speaker is quite literally building a hotel, a hub for digital nomads, tech heads, and crypto entrepreneurs here in beautiful Albufeira. So if you guys are looking for that, this is the man to talk to. It's Portugal's first crypto hotel. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one time for blockchain entrepreneur, CEO, and partner at LXRY Hotel. Give it up for Michael Gale.
Get a job. Digital art is a lovely hobby, but you have responsibilities. Be realistic. This was the advice that my father gave me in 2021. Now, sound advice, for sure. Yes, he's speaking from his own personal experiences. He's from the time where you could have a one-income household and live the American dream, the suburban dream. Have a house, cars, holiday once a year. So I respected his perspective and his words on this, but it wasn't the route that I had on my heart, or I felt like I was destined for. So in the face of advice, and also knowing that times are changing, nowadays it's very hard to live and work a 9 to 5 and have those luxuries of yesteryear. Now we need to really find new ways to generate income, whether that be business or a two-income household. So, yes, get a job. So this decision to move into a digital art space was timed actually kind of perfectly. This was around 2021 when there became the cultural phenomenon known as NFTs. So by show of hands in the audience, could you raise your hand if you ever purchased an NFT? Okay, some of you. Okay, could you raise your hand now if you think NFTs are stupid? And could you, well, okay, so that's about 12 answers in the audience. And I guess, would you raise your hand if you wouldn't raise your hand no matter what I said? Okay. So this led me to NFTs. And yes, I do agree, I agree with myself. There was a place for NFTs. They were culturally relevant, significant, but also silly. Somewhere in between lies the truth. But similar to the dot-com bubble, where there were a lot of new businesses, lots of bright-eyed, bushy-tailed entrepreneurs trying to find the next big thing or move the tech forward, that's the stage where NFTs were in 2021. There's more to it than monkey JPEGs and these sorts of things. And fundamentally, the technology behind it really is paving the way for a more digital tomorrow. So that's what leads me to the project that we are doing here in the Algarve, Albufeira. If any of you know the area well, just west of here, there's a town called Gale. My partner suggested me to come see it. And when I went to visit the property, it literally said Hotel Gale, and if you saw in the beginning, my name is Gale. So I was like, okay, this is fate. So just a short 1-minute intro. Hopefully there's no ads. Okay, so this is, in essence, the hotel that we purchased. My partners and I, Web3 people who have backgrounds in crypto and building communities, we approached the owner of this hotel, who was planning to sell it. And we were able to persuade him and just convince him and say, listen, rather than a one-time fee, one-time payment, why don't we build something larger together? Why don't we build something for the local tech community, the digital nomads, and people that are working in Web3? This is something that we can really create a central hub for people to unite, network, and eventually collaborate. Here's a 3D image of what we are currently beginning to build. We break ground on the renovation in the beginning of January, and this is our vision for it, with rooftop bar, conference room in the inside, outside bar, restaurant, basement spa. This property has all the bones, all the fundamentals already there, and is situated right here on our doorstep. It's our little slice of paradise. So, building community. Other areas in Portugal have strong communities of Web3 entrepreneurs. I know Lisbon does, Porto, other places like that. But here in the Algarve, I know there's a growing nomad community, which is what brought us all here today. But a lot of the people working in Web3 that I find, it's always a happenstance. It's not really, there isn't really a central club or a place to connect with other like-minded people. I'm a father, I'm a dad, so a lot of the tech entrepreneurs that I meet are actually at kids' birthday parties. I mean, that's my networking. But really, for those who don't go to kids' birthday parties, and I don't suggest it if you don't have kids, it can be a little bit harder to break out of your comfort zone of working behind a screen and actually finding other people with similar visions, similar paths. So our vision here is to create a central hub, light up the beacon, and invite people to network. Because let's face it, the best thing about these sort of conferences like this, it's not the talks, it's not the booths, it's the people you have a chat with in the coffee area. It's the people you meet waiting in line for a taco or something. Because you never know who you're going to bump into, but these little chance encounters really have led, in personal experience, to some of the greatest business opportunities in my life. And I'm sure for you guys, these little meet cutes, a way to engineer that and create more meetups, more networking events can only help us build the community here in a stronger way and hopefully grow our mutual incomes. So there's reward tokens as part of the Club LXRY. Our members, we're currently working with, talking with a lot of local restaurants to talk about benefits for users, and then also when you become a member, you can accrue tokens that will be able to be used within our ecosystem. So that will be drinks, room upgrades, and food and merch. As a member, you can attend the events that we have. We have a capacity of about 500 people in our main exhibition area. As a member or even a sponsor, if you have a company, you can host events or speak to your community. If you're working on building your own communities and you have your own specific niche, you can do presentations such as this and just really reach your target audience and larger companies who may wish to sponsor and just raise brand awareness with a very tailored demographic. And then we want to support our members. Working in the digital art space, we have connections with established artists, but also up-and-coming artists. So if you're a budding artist and you want to get more exposure, or if you work in tech and you're looking, or if you're a freelancer, for example, and you're looking for more clients, our goal within the network is to support each other, uplift each other, and give each other more opportunities to grow our own personal brands and raise our exposure. So, luxury hotel, a blockchain hotel. One of the questions I receive most about this hotel is, what is a blockchain hotel? By show of hands, does anybody want to fathom a guess? Does anybody want free ice cream? Okay, I see some hands now. Okay, so a blockchain hotel, in essence, is you can pay how you want to pay. That's one of the core things about it. You can pay in euros, you can pay in cryptocurrencies. There are lots of people hiding beneath the surface in Albufeira, in the Algarve, who have made it in crypto and don't really want to convert the money into euros. So offering it the facilitation of how you want to pay in the most convenient way. Another thing that we can do with the blockchain, so going back to NFTs, there's a lot more to the technology than the monkey JPEGs. Blockchain is an actual technology where you can tokenize and gather more information in a secure way. So for example, when I say personalize your stay, if you want to share as much information as you want, right, you can then go to a hotel, and before you've even been there, if you're a member, and you've input the information, i.e. what temperature you like your room, what artwork you want to see in your hotel room before you've even arrived, through NFC tags, as you come into the hotel, when you get to your room, you can already have your room card as your member card. It can even be on your phone. You enter your room, the song you like can be playing, the artwork you like can be on the walls, and it can be absolutely personalized to you. One of the nice things about this sort of features is that you can have the entry, your room set as one setting for when you come in the morning, but then you can also have an option B for the end of the night when you're coming home with your significant other. You want to play the right music, you want the lighting a certain way. This is a future that we are working towards, and it's a future on our doorsteps. Another thing about how through NFCs and tokenization, we can really streamline the hotel check-in experience. As nomads, as travelers, one of my frustrations whenever I go to a hotel is that clunky 5 minutes. You're waiting in line. You want to just show them your passport so you can get your key so you can go to your room. That's the way it's always been done, but that's not the way it has to be. When you have your information stored on your membership card, we can keep that private information off the chain and have a reference code on chain, which will be visible whenever you come in with your information already pre-logged through an NFC tag. Again, you come in, beep, this is Mr. Gentleman, welcome, here's your key card, straight to your room. No more clunky friction points at hotels. We want to really streamline the user experience. Another thing we can do is have member-only areas. So for people that like to go to places like WeWork or shared working spaces, this is an area that we can really help facilitate spaces for that, for our members. Yes, it will be a hotel, but also it's for the local community. The community is the lifeblood of this project, and that's why I'm here today speaking to you guys. Hopefully you can ask some questions, and I can ask some questions, because this is the community we're here to serve. This is the community that we want to build together. And yes, through coming to events like this, through going to a place where you know you're going to find people who are working in a similar space, in a similar sector, you have a higher chance of meeting future business partners. So creating a place where you can collaborate with like-minded people. If this sounds interesting in any way at all, and you would like to have more information, I invite you to join our Telegram group. This is something that we are recently opened up. So here is our public group where we post updates with the project and updates with our plans and events. We'll be having our second event first week of November. Our first event we had back in August. It was a Bitcoin barbecue and beers, just saying hello to the local community. We had about 60 people. And our next event, we're looking to have about 100 people and open up the main function hall. So, yes, join us on the journey from this beat-up, abandoned hotel to this digital haven. And thank you for listening.
All right, give it up for Michael, everybody. Very exciting. Luxury hotel. Very nice. I have one question as I slowly make my way up here. And guys, I want to remind you to put your questions in the app right now so we can get some good questions going on here for Michael. Michael, it's been 2 years since 2021. Does your dad still think you need to get a job?
Actually, my dad was here on vacation, and then now they're looking to move to the Algarve.
Classic dad. Oh, there it is. Very good. First question for you, Michael. What do you believe is a rightful place for NFT? Where is it at? Where is it a fitting solution for an actual problem?
I love the question, by the way. So an NFT can be a range of different things. One is the artwork. If you actually just appreciate the art piece, it can be as simple as that. That's a solution to a problem. But in terms of real-world applicabilities, the example that I used about the hotel streamlining the process, capturing information, having some information visible to the public and some information stored privately, obviously like passport information you don't want to make public. These sorts of facilitations for streamlining processes is a way that we can use NFTs. And one more example for applicabilities of NFTs is real-world assets. For example, buying and selling houses, it's, again, a clunky and expensive process. Having smart contracts and having tokenized properties is a way that people, as long as governments are willing to change, and are willing to adopt the newest technologies, this is the next way that we're going to be dealing with property deeds.
Very nice. All right, thank you. And don't forget, guys, pop your questions in there. Michael, is your hotel an NFT or are you gonna make it? I think that's what gone means. I don't know. Yeah.
No,
English is hard.
The hotel is not an NFT. We have a few. The hotel is a physical building. It's a traditional company. There's two companies: the hotel and then the operations side of it. The sides that will be NFTs will be the membership passes. So the actual lifeblood and core of the hotel within the shell of the beautiful exterior, that will be NFTs. And then additionally, we are selling 4 of the rooms. I say selling like this because it has to be a 99-year lease because we can't actually physically sell it. That also will be, that property deed will be backed by an NFT. So we'll be selling the NFT, which will be connected to a traditional contract backed, so it's backed by what the Portuguese government understands. Okay.
Perfect, perfect. All right, next question. Can personalization and all the other features not also be done easily with a membership card? Where is crypto blockchain really needed?
So yes, it can be done, but it's a clunky solution to, in terms of efficiency and data storage, the blockchain solution is more efficient, as well as privacy and security. That's really another aspect which is a lot more secure on blockchain.
All right, very good, very good. And of course, I think a lot of us are thinking this, but maybe perhaps it'll happen in phases, who knows? So when will the hotel be open?
We are opening in phases. We are currently open now for events. We have events every 2 months now, a second one first week of November, just really welcoming people from the beginning of the journey. Our priority is events and those sorts of areas. So the bars and spas will be open in 1 year, and then, Portuguese builders permitting, the rooms will be fully furnished within 2 years.
Very good. This is more of a Derek question than anything. Will you ever have tours for people like this? Could you ever just take them onto the property and show them around?
Oh, absolutely. That's one of the reasons why we have these events already at the building site that it is. It's photos don't do it justice. When I went there and saw it with my own eyes, I was blown away. I needed to be a part of it. So to answer your question, absolutely. Best way to do that would be either join the Telegram group and reach out to me, or if you want to talk to me directly, we can speak afterwards.
Yeah, maybe there's a good chance you're here in the Algarve now, guys, if you want to go check it out. I'm making this up. I'm inviting you to his hotel, so you guys should go. Many NFT projects failed. Many were just JPEG. Yeah, I think that makes sense. How do you see the future of NFTs in 10 years, Michael?
I would say nearly all NFT projects failed. I say that as a founder of an NFT collection. At one point, our NFTs were selling for 20,000. Now I think they're going for about $20. So I mean, it's how the mighty have fallen. But what we did, we are still alive and active. We pivoted. A lot of projects didn't pivot. We pivoted to digital gaming, metaverse, these sorts of things, and we received additional funding. And that's what really brought me to Portugal. How do we see the future of NFTs in 10 years? I would say we don't see speculative prices like we saw in 21. Spending $500,000 on a picture of an ape is bananas. But I think the next cycle, currently we're in kind of a bear market. The next cycle will be a lot less speculative driven and a lot more utility based driven. And that's kind of what we're trying to do with this hotel. Actually offer real world utilities and a real use case for why the technology isn't just an option to do, but actually why it's the right future-proof way to do things.
Very good, very good. All right, next question for you. Did your NFTs sales fund the hotel?
Is this referring to...
Perhaps the sale of your NFTs, did it help fund the hotel?
As in my previous project?
I think that's what I'm seeing, yeah.
In part, yes, it's what brought me to the party. I was living in Luxembourg at the time, where tax there was 37%, so I moved to Portugal. Tax benefits, if any of you are working in crypto, you will know a bit about those sorts of things. But truthfully, my partners are just richer and older than me.
Very nice. Yeah, well, we appreciate honesty here. That's great. That's good. All right. Tourism is a very traditional sector. How do you think the sector will react to a newcomer with new tech that may disrupt the sector?
With open arms, would be my hope. So yes, it is a very traditional sector. But the government is very open to supporting tourism. There are grants available that we are currently in the process of applying for. But I don't really think that I don't think we're taking away from anything from others. It's another hotel to compete with, but if we're offering something different, people that want to go to a Premier Inn can go there. People that want to go to the W, go there. If you want a tech experience with more VR and immersive community, and in our spa, in fact, we are going to build a snow room. Yeah, forget your cold plunge. Go to the sauna, the steam room, and then come to our snow room. So there's something for everyone. So I don't think we're going to have we're not going to butt heads too much.
Very nice, very nice. Excellent. We got two more questions for you. Collecting and centralizing members' info presents a honeypot for hackers. How can you guarantee the security of users' data?
Yes. So what blockchain can help in this exact thing? The word you've used is centralizing the information. Actually, we decentralize it in using the blockchain. So please forgive me if this is like rudimentary to say about blockchain, but blockchain in and of itself is quite unhackable. I know people can get their wallets hacked through personal fault, is 99.9% of the time, But blockchain basically means like it's fragmented information across the world. So rather than hacking one centralized place, which is they would have to hack thousands of computers at the exact same time, and then hack every single block after that. So really, at the current stage of computers, it's impossible. And then also, the information that we will put on the chain is different to the information we have off the chain. So those are two of the key measures. And then the last point on this specific question, we are working with ethical hackers. Some of the people that are advising us created the SSL security protocol on websites. We will be having hackathons, see if you can break into our system, because these guys are well-respected hackers who work for Google, Microsoft, and then work against the very people who may try and hack the entire system.
Very cool, very cool. Last question for you, Michael. I think this might actually be a leading question. Who's to say? Don't you reckon crypto might be some sort of a threat to governments who won't be able to control money flow and, example, sanctions the more crypto grows?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, CBDCs, central bank distributed currencies, that's actually my biggest fear, apart from these wars that are going on. That's my biggest concern for the future of money. Money is moving into a more digital way. It's just happening, whether we accept it or not. It is happening. Governments are already working on their own digital versions of currencies. The problem with the centralized versions of currencies is that the examples that they've used to keep us safe from ourselves are akin to talking to a child. So the examples they've used are like, we can turn off some of your money or make your money not work in certain shops. So for example, they said, so your children can't buy sweeties. Well, we're not children. And if they can stop children from buying sweeties with their own money, they can say, you don't have a good enough credit score. You can't buy this. You can't buy whatever you want to buy because we don't agree with your political views. So I'm sorry, that's slightly, it's connected, but it's my big concern. So I think there's going to be the people that just allow central cryptos to take over, and then the people that want autonomy over their own capital and their own net worth. And I think that's where cryptocurrencies are. That's where they stand. So they are an intrinsic threat to governments.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Michael Gale. Very nice.